All right, let's go on air. Hi, Oshin.
Hi, Prerana.
So good to have you.
So good to have you. I've always wanted to sit down with you and have a conversation. Because, okay, let me give you everybody a background check. So we have a common friend whose name is Sam.
Yes.
And she's a big fan of yours. Like, hey boy, Prerana. So I actually know a little of Prerana Shah from Sam.
Sam, and I know a little bit about you from Sam, right? But we actually haven't had like a proper conversation ever.
Yeah.
The last time I saw you was at House 5, and I came up to you and I said, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful."
Thank you. Thank you.
Adu,
yes.
Hi. So I'm so glad you took out some time. I know you're very busy.
Basically, okay, can I start with my schedule, Aile?
Of course.
I love my schedule. I love my routine. So 99%, sorry, is the mic good? So 99% of the time, I get up at 6:45. Because 6:45 I'm उठ्छु अनि मेरो त्यो सासको प्याटर्न पनि मैले अर्को फेर्न भ्याउँदैन कि कहिलेकाहीँ because I get up and then I do a few things until like 6:50 and then मेरो 6:50 देखि 7 बजेसम्मको एउटा slot छ कि त्यो मैले गर्नै पर्छ. If I brush a little longer, I'll miss my class at the gym. Gymkhana, yes. So I leave home at 7:15 and कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ त्यो बिहान उठ्ने बित्तिकै टोलाउँछ नि gone. I'm late for the class and the punishment is 50 burpees. So that's what I do not
Who's your trainer?
So 50 burpees going to Saturday. It's better for me to get there on time. So I reached there at 7:30, 7:35. And by the time I finish my workout, it is 9 o'clock. And I reach home at 9:15 or 20. And then I shower for 15 minutes. I leave home and then I, like drink water and everything like that. And then I leave home at around 10:45. So my office starts at 11 and I'm always late. So I reach around 11:20. And if I really want to enjoy my drive, I reach around 11:30. So म त sneak in गर्न पर्छ कि त्यहाँ अनि everybody knows I'm late and म सक्दै सक्दिनँ. It's impossible for me to reach there at 11. Sometimes if I finish my class early, so I usually leave home around 5 o'clock or 6, 7, sometimes 8, 9. And then I go home and I have to sleep at 12, before 12. Because if I don't get a 7-hour sleep, so because I do CrossFit in the morning, it's very competitive. अनि मलाई perform गर्नै पर्छ कि so I sleep not to keep up with my routine, but just so that I am a very good student at the class. So that's my routine. On Saturdays, usually I'm freelancing. So it's like a 7-day week kind of a thing.
So timle office banyo?
Yes.
Kantipur?
Yes.
So you're the executive producer, is that right?
Yes. So I'm co-heading, leading the production team at Kantipur Publications right now.
That must be a lot of work. And
yes, it's interesting.
And you also have a YouTube channel, is that right?
Yes.
Oh my God, Travel with Oshin.
Yes. So basically, I have a production house. That is just a small extension. Actually, we will get into that later. Yeah.
So, okay, you are a TV presenter. You have a company that you're running.
Right.
Ani YouTube भनेपछि के भन्छ त्यसलाई
like a YouTube channel. Yeah. It's a YouTube channel, yeah.
That's your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And what else do you do?
I think that I go to social events sometimes. That's like a lot.
And you do MC, right?
Yes. So I'm doing I'm working with a lot of brands. That happens on Saturdays usually or after 6 or things like that. So
my God.
A lot of things on the plate, Aile.
That's a lot for one person to do.
Yes, but I love it.
And that's why you're here.
I love working. And so I'll tell you this very interesting thing about me. I never get tired.
Wow. Okay, what's your secret? Everybody wants to know that.
I'll tell you. So I never get tired. I think it's just in my head. त्यो कस्तो हुन्छ भने आई वर्क मैले 12 घण्टा काम गरेँ आई गो होम अनि त्यसपछि त भोलि के गर्ने भोलि के समटाइम्स आई एम सो वरिड लाइक 12 o'clock एट नाइट कि लाइक अब प्रोडक्टिभ हुनुपर्छ त्यो इट इज गुड इन अ वे तर अर्को ला आई थिङ्क I've just forgotten
chill कसरी
गर्ने I can't chill I don't want to chill I mean like अहिले त त्यो पहिला चाहिँ oh I want to take a break I want to chill हुन्थ्यो अहिले त I don't want to take a break I'm loving what the flow everything that's happening right now so
that's really nice because most probably you are following your passion.
Yes, fashion on fashion. A mixed bag, but yeah. So I never get tired. But what happens is I get tired after 3 months or like 2 months, and I get tired for like half a month.
And then, do you take a break?
I don't take a break. I do everything I'm doing, but I'm angry the whole time and I'm just so lagged. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'll just get my work done and go home. So I'm just that sort of a person and I really did want to work on that. So I try not to work on Saturdays because burnout nahoस् भनेर I figured that out. अनि usually चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने प्रेरणा दिदी I did talk to an expert about this खासमा. So my problem is that I don't get tired भन्नु भने कि मैले अनि अब अरू त मान्छे त they're like होइन यो त हुन सक्दैन so भनेर भन्छ हुन सक्दैन भनेर but then you know she told me that okay this is an issue that a lot of people do have so हाम्रो brain चाहिँ it tends to think or believe that we always have 100% fuel in our system अब बडीको फ्युल चाहिँ सकिन्छ तर ब्रेनले चाहिँ के सोचिरहेको हुन्छ भने 100% छ भनेर सोचिरहेको हुन्छ बडीमा 90% हुन्छ 80% हुन्छ अनि घट्दै घट्दै अहिलेसम्म मेरो ब्रेनले सोचिरहेको छ 100% छ तर बडीमा जब 10% मात्र बाँकी हुन्छ नि तब पनि ब्रेनले सोचिरहेको हुन्छ मसँग 100% फ्युल छ दिमाग त टायर्ड छैन अहिलेसम्म बट वाट ह्यापन्स इज यु हेभ लाइक अ ब्रेक डाउन लाइक अ मेल्ट डाउन अनि युजली त्यो हुँदो रहेछ कि मलाई चाहिँ मेरो ब्रेन डज नट बिलिभ द्याट आई गेट टायर्ड इभन वेन माई बडी डज अहिले चाहिँ आई रियली ट्राई टु ब्यालेन्स द्याट अनि म थाहा पाउँदिनँ कि यो कुरा फेरि इट ओन्ली कम्स टु मी आफ्टर 2 or 3 months I'm like oh no I think I'm tired I think I have a backache I'm really tired जस्तो हुन्छ तर अहिले चाहिँ I take at least one Saturday off I really try Now I get a 9-hour sleep it fixes everything
yeah it does actually you know women are supposed to sleep 8 to 9 hours every night. We need to sleep more than men.
Yes, I read about that.
Yes, because our hormonal, you know, the way our hormones function, if we're not getting our sleep, it actually does not do you any good. So, the fluctuations हुन सक्छ, तिम्रो moods एकदमै cranky हुन सक्छ.
Oh my God, I'm so cranky. And I just tell myself, okay, यस्तो नबनाऊ है भनेर and then I get back to being myself. So sometimes it's really hard. So I actually started cycle syncing as well. So अहिले त म यस्तो expert भइसकेको छु कि मेरो ओठ फुट्यो भने I know okay मेरो B12 low छ I need to get that into my body. अनि मलाई थाहा हुन्छ कि अलि भिटामिन डी लो भयो होला मेरो ब्लड
So you're very much you know connected to yourself.
Yes.
In sync भनौँ न.
Yeah. So I try to cycle sync and it has really helped me. So मेरो चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्थ्यो भने so you know you are a holistic coach right so हजुरको I forgot about the phases luteal
menstrual
follicular
yes
menstrual
I was like what
menstrual follicular luteal
अनि त्यसपछि oh my god what is wrong with me
मलाई पनि त्यस्तै भएको छ आजकल सो I म एउटा सेन्टेन्स भन्छु and right after
ovulation
yes thank you so मेरो ovulatory phase पछि आउँछ मेरो menstrual phase right so ovulation पछि menstrual phase luteal and menstrual okay guys just cancel everything okay so menstrual follicular ovulation luteal so मैले मेरो menstrual phase मा iron consume गरेन भने मेरो beginning of the follicular phase मा म एकदमै I'm still in the menstrual phase.
You have to consume iron as in do you take supplements or?
So I try to consume a lot of beetroot. So I have beetroot salad throughout my periods and I love that about my periods, like the beetroot salad. So my mom makes this really nice beetroot salad. And त्यो खान्छु अनि मेरो usually iron पनि धेरै समयको लागि चाहिँ low भएको छ. I mean like low भइरहेको हुन्छ भनौँ न iron चाहिँ. So I take iron chokki also sometimes to keep things balanced.
So that means you have some gut issues. If you have gut issues, that then leads to
Yes.
low iron.
Yes.
So you do have that?
Yes. I have like a big story of the gut issue that you're talking about, right?
Okay, tell me about it.
So, as many of us know that I used to run, you know, I'll proudly say it, Nepal's best food show.
Oh,
Yes. So I did that for about 4 years. अनि कस्तो भयो भने त्यसपछि चाहिँ 4 years पछि चाहिँ एकदमै मेरो यो stomach lining एकदमै पोल्न थाल्यो कि after I don't know maybe 3-4 years I don't remember, but we did about 200 episodes.
You're traveling all over and eating everything.
Yes. Like, over Kathmandu,
Yeah.
we're eating everything. अनि कमेन्ट्सहरू कस्तो आउने भने उसले त अलकत्रा मात्र खानु बाँकी छ भनेर आउने हुन पनि हो. I have eaten like everything, like all sorts of like exotic देखि लिएर everything. Simple देखि लिएर exotic to just everything. अनि एक दिन मेरो पिज्जाको एपिसोड सुट गर्नु थियो अनि for some reason I just felt really uncomfortable in my throat. अनि के होला के भएको होला होइन के होला ग्यास्ट्रिक हो भने ग्यास्ट्रिक त मलाई हुँदैन थियो. अनि कहिलेकाहीँ हामी बाहिर खान जाँदाखेरि पनि हाम्रो क्रू चाहिँ कहिलेकाहीँ भोलिपल्ट ओसिन I had a bad stomach तिमीलाई के भएन I'm just this मलाई त त्यो
हुँदैन even पचाउँदा ढुङ्गा
so that was me. अनि एक दिन चाहिँ बेलुका अब बसिरहेको थिएँ. I've actually not talked about this anywhere because गटको कुरा कहिले पनि निस्केकै छैन. अनि म बसिरहेको थिएँ बेलुका अनि भोलि बिहान मेरो वर्कआउट जानु थियो. I used to work out a lot त्यति बेला पनि. That's how I was keeping up with everything because I used to eat a lot. अनि त्यो एक दिन खान्छु अर्को दिन खान्न भन्ने हुँदैन कि because जिब्रो बिग्रिन्छ नि त. And then you want to eat something like nice the other day too. So you're just eating everything and anything. And so I was working out अनि क्यालोरिज पनि एकदमै कम कन्ज्युम गरिरहेको थिएँ. अनि त्यसपछि एक दिन बसिरहेको थिएँ अनि कस्तो डर लाग्यो कि मलाई. कस्तो डर भने त्यो have you jumped out of a plane or have you done bungee or anything like that? So when you're standing on the edge त्यो झर्ने बेलामा त्यो and then it stays for some seconds, right? So that night, the fear stayed for like minutes, 15 minutes. I think, and later I figured out that it was a panic attack. So मलाई त panic attack कहिले भएकै छैन. I'm 21, कति 22, 23, त्यस्तै के 21, 22 थिएँ. अनि अब stress पनि खासैको छैन because I just leave things at things. You know, I just don't
you
carry
don't
a lot.
stress.
I don't stress. सकेसम्म I don't, but if it like stays as a baggage, I cannot help. अनि अब मलाई त गाह्रो भयो अनि you know, so मैले मामा मलाई हस्पिटल लैजाऊ मामले थाहा के भयो मलाई एकदम डर लागिरहेको छ. I don't know what's wrong. अनि एकछिन पछि गयो अनि म त अब I'm a Google doctor कि फेरि म Google गर्न थालेँ panic attack. I'm like, oh my god, मलाई panic attack. I call my friends and मलाई थाहा छ मलाई panic attack. I'm just so like this is a panic attack, everybody. अब मलाई त I think it's like I'm just this person who.
Did you call up Sam as well?
No. So and then I was really scared. ला त्यो भोलि भयो भने भोलि पनि भयो कि मलाई त्यस्तो.
Oh shit.
अनि अब मेरो stomach lining एकदमै पोल्ने के पनि खाना नपच्ने. And then we went to one of the best gastro doctors of Nepal. तपाईँलाई ग्यास्ट्रिक भएको छ अल्सर हुन सक्छ अनि एन्डोस्कोपी गर्यो त्यसपछि it's like the worst thing, like oh my god, like one should never get an endoscopy done. अनि तपाईँलाई ग्यास्ट्रिक भएको छ भनेर they gave me like an acid suppressant, the omeprazole, whatever that is called.
Antacid.
Yes, antacid थियो. अनि मैले त्यो खाएँ अनि त्यसपछि ठिक भयो. Okay, everybody, I'm back.
And you started eating.
Yeah, I started eating again. अनि जब त्यो एन्टासिड खानु बिर्सिन्छु म एकदमै पोल्न थाल्ने अनि मैले चाहिँ के अब म बिर्सिन्न भनेर सोचेँ. एउटा पोइन्ट पछि चाहिँ के भयो भने I started gaining weight. So एकदम पेट कराउने कि मेरो त्यसपछि. So I went back to the gastro doctor and I told him एकदम पेट कराउँछ मेरो. I don't feel good about things and then the things that I'm eating. So तपाईँ clean खानुहोस् भन्यो. Okay, clean नै खाँदा पनि पेट कराउने भयो. Now he gave me another suppressant.
Oh God.
So यो चाहिँ खाना खानु 20 minutes अगाडि खानुहोस्. मेरो problem solved again. So I'm back, I'm eating, I'm having a good time. And एउटा point पछि त it started getting a little worse. And I was like, okay, I cannot work anymore. So I had to let go of the best, the best food show that people loved so much. And मलाई एउटा pointले चाहिँ I think I should do something other than I should get into production भनेर मेरो दिमागमा थियो, but then त्यो push थिएन. And previously पनि मलाई कतिजनाले सोध्नु भएको थियो, why did you leave? And I told everybody कि like I left because I thought I should do a lot of other things. It was time. So I left when the show was like here. Like here. And I think that is why people have a very good memory of me. It's the feel like doing the food show. So yeah, that was good. So and त्यसपछि I left. I didn't want to work anymore for some time. So I didn't work for like 6 months. म त घर बस्ने. अनि त्यसपछि घर बसेर उ मात्र हेर्ने कस्तो anxious feel गरिरहने कि म for a very long time.
So that is because of your gut.
I know. And अब कस्तो हुने भने you would be sitting right in front of me. अब मान्छे बोलिरहेछ कि अब मलाई त भित्रभित्र एकदमै एङ्जाइटी भइरहेछ कि I'm like yeah. I'm like really anxious कि like okay, let's call for the check. I want to go home. भइसक्यो कि मलाई त त्यस्तो गाह्रो हुन थाल्यो. अनि त्यसपछि मैले खाना खान गाह्रो हुन्छ भनेर 3 टाइम राइस खाइदिएँ कि because rice was the only thing that my body was taking. I gained like 14 kilos कि त्यसपछि. अनि that's when everything starts. अब मलाई त आफू मन पनि परिरहेको छैन कि it's like ला होइन म हेरिरहेको छु मोटो भइसक्यो नराम्रो भइसक्यो जे गर्दा पनि राम्रो देख्दैन. I was like I'm not trying to have a certain idea about people gaining weight. But once you worked so hard to stay in one particular plate of weight, when you gain a lot of it, then you feel very uncomfortable, right, Saki?
Of course.
अनि मैले के सोचेँ I have to stop antacids जस्तो लाग्यो कि मलाई. अनि I started working at another place after I left Hunger Hunt, and then COVID happened.
Oh
no. Yeah, and then COVID happened. But यति टाइमसम्म मसँग अब I'm going to cure this damn anxiety and I'm going to work out. हुन्छ नि म चाहिँ अब म त यस्तो एङ्जाइटी प्रो भइसकेँ कि लाइक अब एङ्जाइटी भइरहेछ. I know अब panic attack भयो भने पनि I know okay, this is a panic attack, this is going to go in like 2 minutes, just stay calm भइसक्यो. I'm like a pro panic attack anxiety handler. मलाई त झन् त्यो बिचमा मलाई लन्डन पनि फ्लाइ गर्नु थियो. Okay, so अनि त्यति बेला चाहिँ मलाई कि म मामुसँग रोको म प्लिज जाँदिन अब organize. I have to go for I'm like a mature person who is been invited for a show. मामु म जाँदै जान्न. अनि मामुले मलाई केही हुँदैन भनेर जबरजस्ती sent me. अनि त्योभन्दा अगाडि we visited the doctor and doctor चाहिँ gave me the anxiety pills कि. अनि मामुले you know how moms are पढ्दैन केही पनि हुँदैन एङ्जाइटी भन्ने कुरा हाम्रो जमानामा त केही पनि हुँदैन थियो. तिमीहरूलाई भएको छ नाना थरीको कुराहरू. So and I had to go to London. So मैले चाहिँ के सोचेँ भने I'll keep one anxiety pill with me just in case I get anxious on the plane. I will have it. तर त्यो टाइमै भएन मसँग. So प्लेनमा त अब एङ्जाइटी भइरहेछ तर म उडिरहेको छु ठिकै छ. अनि अब लन्डन पुग्यो. लन्डन पनि घर कहिले जाउँ यो बिल्डिङ पनि हेर्नु भन्छ. अब जानुपर्छ नि everyone says तपाईँ त एकदम भला आदमी हुनुहुँदो रहेछ ओसिन चाहिँ. I was like एकदम भला आदमी छु. मलाई त बोल्नै मन छैन. So people are assuming that I'm like very bhala admi, but then I just am not well inside. So अहिले भन्दाखेरि त I can add so much like comic to the story. तर त्यति बेला त
you're really struggling.
I was really struggling. अनि एक दिन चाहिँ के भयो भने फेरि म घुमिरहेको छु है. म खत्तमै हो. So what I told the organizer, as the please don't drop me anywhere. I'll take the train. Why did I have to take the train? So I took the train and train about the anxiety. Oh my God. It's a fast moving train. And then I know, and I'm holding like a heavy bag and nobody cares about me. Nobody's offering me a seat. I'm like, I want to cry. Like somebody give me love. I was like really in a bad state of mind.
How did you come out of it?
I'll tell you, it's like the most interesting and
Yes,
like
we're
for a
here
gut
for that.
expert to अनि अब म त एन्टासिड्स मै छु है अहिले सो अब कोभिड भयो त्यसपछि कोभिड भयो अब कोभिडमा त अब मैले आई हेभ टु डिल विथ दिस एङ्जाइटी आई हेभ टु गेट रिड अफ माई एन्टासिड्स भन्ने थियो मलाई So then I went to the doctor. I did a lot of research, like what is acid reflux? मलाई यति acid reflux हुने प्रेरणा दियो अहिले त it sounds very comic. तर म सुतिरहेको छु यहाँसम्म आइसक्यो कि there is something like really bad choking me. म रातभरि रुन्थेँ रातभरि I would cry and I would only pray for one thing like please मेरो health ठिक बनाइदेऊ भगवान. There was nothing else in my prayer. Okay? अनि अहिले पनि when I'm having, अहिले त I'm completely fine. When I'm having like a glass of wine, I'm like आजकल त acidity पनि हुँदैन gastric bring it on. I can do whatever I want. अनि heavy exercises गर्न नहुने केही पनि गर्न नहुने but I was like I am going to figure this out for myself. So I did a lot of research. So Nepali doctorsहरू they really need to hang around with the younger generation जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई. I'll tell you why, because now imagine this is can we like have a picture of anything played on the screen?
Yeah, of course.
So let's imagine our stomach you हो होइन
Yeah.
stomach. This is the esophagus. What?
Esophagus.
So this is where our food goes in
Yeah.
from. This is the stomach ko bhanda that we have.
Stomach ko
And-
निकाल्दिनुस् न please.
Yeah, can we have it? Like so guys, I'm like a gastro expert. I'm like a gut expert. Like I can fix your acid reflux. I can fix your
Everybody's
gastric
gonna-
issues. Like, come to me. I will get this done for you for free. For free.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
अनि भन त.
So this will
Okay,
be-
there
so
it is.
this-
होइन माथि देखेको के त्यो esophagus देखि. उत्यो ठुलो चाहिँ छ नि उतो साइडको हो त्यो.
Yeah, this representation will do.
Yeah.
Can you enlarge the picture a bit?
त्यो पिक्चरमा खोल न अनि त्यो
ल.
enlarge हुन्छ.
La. This picture does work.
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
So that's the stomach lining. I mean, sorry, the esophagus. त्यो तलको is the
अझ
stomach.
enlarge गर न.
Good. So that is the stomach. So what connects your esophagus to the stomach is a splinter. Now, हाम्रो stomach भित्र त acid हुन्छ. अब नेपाली डक्टर्सहरूले चाहिँ के भनिरहेछ भने तपाईँलाई ग्यास्ट्रिक तब हुन्छ जब कि तपाईँको एसिड बढी भएर खाना जब स्टमकमा पर्यो एसिड बढी छ भनेपछि त एसिड त आउँछ सो दे गिभ यु एन एसिड रिडक्सन लाइक एन एन्टासिड सो त्यो खाएर चाहिँ किन ग्यास्ट्रिक ठिक हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब एसिडै रिड्युस भइसकेपछि त खाना तल आयो भने पनि कुन चाहिँ एसिड माथि जम्प गरेर स्प्लिन्टर बाहिर निस्किन्छ त किनभने एसिड स्प्लिन्टर बाहिर निस्केपछि मात्र न त्यो एसोफेगस पोल्ने हो बेसिकली सो doctor gave me an acid reduction. What it did to me was it reduced my stomach acid. मेरो खाना गइरहेछ तर त्यो खाना पचिरहेको छैन because I don't have enough acid in my stomach now. अब उसले मलाई अर्को के सप्रेसन दिइरहेछ भने अब चाहिँ उसले मेरो त्यो भएको जति थोरै एसिडलाई अलिकति घुमाइदिने or whatever digestive enzyme दिइरहेछ which is supposed to be consumed 20 minutes before food.
So digestive enzymes help you break down the food.
Yeah, pretty much that, right? So, I mean, that's not the solution.
No.
That is like खाना छैन आज यो खाँदैको भोलि भएको खण्डमा म खोजेर दिन्छु भने जस्तो भइहाल्यो नि त्यो.
That's why you're gaining weight.
I know, because like मेरो त food was getting digested and like
So, yeah.
It was so horrible. So I did my research, okay, Prerana. This one I figured out you don't need an acid suppressant. You need an acid increaser that is going to increase your stomach acid.
Yes.
So I had this, I prayed to God for miracles to happen, okay, and it was a miracle, okay. मैले online research गरेँ अनि अब मेरो acid reduce चाहिँ हैन मेरो acid increase गर्नु पर्यो तर acid मात्र हैन कि good acid increase गर्नु पर्यो stomachमा भनेर. If you are like, please hold on to this conversation because like you need to know about this information. So अब मैले good acid increase गर्नको लागि I need to have a supplement that has a good acid भनेर सोचेर मैले चाहिँ online एउटा नाउको HCl supplement देखेँ. अनि everyone was like, this cured my acidity. And then अब त म एउटा यस्तो फेजमा पुगिसकेँ लाइफमा कसैले मलाई त्यो बाटोमा ल्याएर लिनुहोस् यो खानुहोस् तपाईँ एसिडिटी क्योर हुन्छ आई वुड बाई द्याट कि त्यो फेजमा पुगिसकेको थिएँ म So I actually really wanted to get that. And suddenly a friend of mine pops up from nowhere and we were just talking about like gut and he was like, I have this now Baniko supplement. I'm like,
you manifested it. Like
I did because I prayed every single night for God to make me better and my mere health better. And then त्यो मैले supplement लिन थालेँ अनि high intensity exercise गर्नु हुँदैन थियो because मेरो stomach splinter already loose भइसकेको थियो कि so you didn't want to irritate that and I so मैले every meal सँग त्यो लिएँ दिनमा 3 चोटि अनि त्यसको लागि
त्यो एकचोटि निकाल्दिनुस् न के हो
now HCl supplement I think if anybody has like gut related issues like you should
त्यो मात्रै गरेर चाहिँ हुँदैन होला everybody has a different
and I'll tell you how I saved another life too so
please go on we're going to save a lot of lives here
so now HCl supplement it's a vegetarian supplement
yes hydrochloride wala ho त्यही हो
yes can you look into the images of it
हैन image निकाल्नु न how it works भनेर हैन
image this is the one
अब है कति बेच्ने भयो सबजनाले यही अर्डर गर्ने भयो
this is the one but you have to consume it with 13 grams of protein every day because protein bhayena bhane this is not going to like break down the food because it breaks alongside protein so that's how it works basically and then I walked for 6 months COVID ma 12,000 steps every day and I lost 15 kilos so like COVID ta mero lagi it was like the best time because hadn't it been for COVID I wouldn't have cut down on the antacids
yeah
well doctor like gaera bhane pani ekchoti doctor so there is this thing that I've researched on and I want to like quit antacids and like ab ek barsh every day lisake maile the doctor is like tapai doctor ki ma doctor and I was like you know what I'll do it myself and the doctor gaera I cannot behave that way so I was like huss and I left and then you know I tried this and it was just the most beautiful miracle that happened to me and having said that this particular blood test gare my vitamin B12 was extremely low so mero gut राम्रोसँग फंक्शन नगरेको कारण was also that a lot of my other vitamins were low so अहिले त I'm like fully in tune with the vitamins that I consume or the food that I take and I'm so happy doing high intensity workouts because अहिले त every class पछि I'm like wow I feel so good thanks to my body I'm so grateful for everything के अनि त्यो मलाई चाहिँ डाक्टरले सोधेको थियो तपाईलाई स्ट्रेस छ and I was like छैन I don't have stress केही कुराको त स्ट्रेस छ होला तपाईँलाई तपाईँलाई एङ्जाइटी भइरहेछ no my gut was not going through a very good time and my vitamins were low. You cannot just prescribe me an anxiety pill based on how I am talking. You know, that's like really horrible. So yeah.
So I'd like to add a few things to that. And whoever's listening would actually get a lot out of this conversation for sure.
Was I too confusing about explaining the stomach, the esophagus, the splinter end?
No. So timro vitamins were low, bhanyo, timro gut lining was weak, bhanyo.
Right.
So generally what happens is how does our body get depleted in minerals?
Okay.
One is when you are not being able to digest the food that you're taking. जब खाएको खानेकुरै पचिरहेको छैन त बडीमा कहाँबाट मिनरल्स आउँछ
right
that's why you're so deficient
right
त्यो मिनरल्सहरुमा हैन त्यसपछि तिम्रो गट लाइनिङ भनेको it's not just the acid and it's not just about that it's a lot about the bacteria right so when you're eating whatever you want what you are doing is disturbing the microbiome balance.
And that's what I was doing throughout my hunger hunt.
Exactly.
And then मान्छेहरूले comment गर्ने कि like जे पनि पस्दो रहेछ and एउटा point पछि my body couldn't take it.
Yes, so what happens is हाम्रो जुन त्यो gut lining छ नि
right
most of it is the microbiome. Okay, so you must have heard हाम्रो त्यहाँ ulcer भयो के भन्छ H pylori भयो भने ulcer हुन्छ right?
Yeah.
So what is H pylori?
I know what it is. So मैले त झन् H. pylori टेस्ट गरेर यहाँ नेपालमा चाहिँ स्टुल टेस्ट गर्छ होला H. pylori
Blood पनि गर्छ, antibodies पनि गर्छ, stool पनि गर्छ.
That's a breath test or something पनि
Yeah,
रहेछ
yeah.
कि म त पक्कै मलाई H. pylori छ तर मैले यो नेपालमा breath test हो कि whatever test भएर चाहिँ नदेखा होला जस्तो लाग्यो सो मैले त यत्तिकै antibiotics लिइदिएको H. pylori को लागि I was just in like a very messed up thing I wanted to solve the problem. म यस्तो कन्डिसनमा थिएँ अनि so you were saying, sorry.
So, H. pylori is basically a bad bacteria. Okay, when it overgrows, then it causes ulcer. So, त्यस्तै गरी अरू धेरै थरी bacteriaहरू हुन्छ. Right? So, the most of the food that we actually digest is not us. It's the bacteria who breaks it down for us.
Right.
And that's how we get the nutrition. Okay?
Right.
बुझ्यो? So it's not just, so you must have stopped eating jipaite food. कहाँ गयो बितार?
Yeah, of course.
Right, jipaite food.
अहिले त when I eat French fries, मलाई त्यस्तो थाहा हुँदैन. कहिलेकाहीँ it means wow, French fries.
I can still eat.
I can eat this अनि मलाई केही हुँदैन जस्तो.
So it's about 80-20 all the time, right? So if you're doing 80% of the right things, 20% your body can handle.
Right.
त्यो बेलामा त 80% नराम्रो गरिदिरहेको थियो. Right? So whenever somebody has, actually मेरो luxury योको reviews निकाल, I'll show you how many people come to me with gut issues. So this is one of the things that people don't realize is gut bate timro serotonin release हुन्छ.
Very true. We can actually like
and
get
dopamine.
to the exactly the brain health and gut health is directly proportional to each other and I'm so glad मलाई त्यो whole year anxiety भयो because मलाई भएको थिएन भने I wouldn't have been this person that I am today. Okay? I know when I'm feeling low, I know how to I know what will get me up. Like,
okay, tell me what will get you up so that people can know.
so we want to have a look at the reviews first.
So actually त्यो gut वाला कतिवटा छ है अब त्यो gut वाला निकाल्देऊ न एउटा तल खै म त कति छिटो गरेको लाउन नि so त्यो वाला छ actually हेर त अल्का गगर उसको के मात्र थियो है it actually was indigestion, joint pains, fibroids, blemishes on my face, hair fall, etc. होइन अनि त्यसपछि she is very polite and resolved all health problems. So people come to me with not just gut. So that's how त्यो एउटा अझ तल जाऊ त एकजनाको gut के छ के H. pylori. She was in such a bad अझ तल जाऊ उसको पनि त्यही थियो.
So what did you recommend all of them if it was not the now tablets?
So the tablets.
मलाई a friend of mine came to me and he told me उसको मामुलाई नि त्यही problem भइरहेछ.
There was one that I really wanted to share because a lot of people, this was Bakhai, your cancer survivor. होइन.
Wow.
Bakhala अझ तल जाऊ त एकजना she was struggling for the longest time त्यही भएर मैले त्यो देखाउन खोजेको खास अझ तल जाऊ त अनि she was taking meds for H. pylori यति गाह्रो भएको थियो उसलाई त उसको ममको थियो भयो अझ तल जाऊ कहाँ हो यही हो नुरिना हो त्यो नुरिनाको H. pylori भन्ने भएर के gastric reflux bloating, nausea, for past 4 years. So
4 years.
She literally went to Australia ko doctor, यहाँ को doctor, Singapore को doctor.
सबैले acid reduction नै दियो होला.
अनि उसको जी गर्दा पनि नगएको थियो हैन. अनि literally in less than a month, everything got better. And if you look at it, she doesn't have any gut issues, हैन. And she's happier. Okay.
Yes.
I've never seen her happier, right? So happy kina huncha because of the serotonin and dopamine being produced and I'll tell you how it gets produced, okay? Ani duita session bhaneko that was within like 2 weeks she got better.
Wow, what did you suggest her? If it was not the now tablets, like what else can solve it?
So the main thing is in less than a month.
How? What did you suggest?
Every individual is different.
True.
Okay? तिम्रो के कुराले बिग्रेको थियो त्यो तिमीले रिजल्भ गरिसकेपछि इट गोज अवे
Right.
उसको के प्रब्लम थियो 4 years अगाडिको के थियो मेन रुट कजमा जानुपर्छ के
True.
So not everybody will have the exact same way of resolving things.
True.
किनकि तिमी त okay, it was lockdown, you could stay at home,
Yes.
you could eat a certain way, हैन? Not everybody gets to do that.
Yeah.
So every individual, they have a certain pattern, भनौँ न.
It's also a lot of like mind patterns, or brain
Yes.
patterns and mind patterns.
Patterns, I know.
Yeah.
So say for instance, if that would not have happened to you, तिमीलाई anxiety नभएको तिमीले कहिले पनि
I would never have
never would
had
have
resolved
resolved your gut issue.
I know.
Right?
I know.
A lot of people come to me with anxiety and I just change few things and 20 years of anxiety go away.
Oh my God.
And there is this funny thing that happened. Euta.
How do you know? Did you suffer it yourself?
With anxiety?
No, and gut issues?
No.
How did you like figure out? Like
Because this is what I studied, sweetheart.
So I mean, why don't the doctors study it too? But why doesn't the doctor know? Like the gastro doctors who would only suggest like antacids.
That's what they're taught.
Yeah.
Right? They're not taught about nutrition. A doctor only gets to study about nutrition.
I think I want to be like a holistic. I want to do what you do. It's really nice.
It is. And you actually
when am I going to take the course?
There are so many nowadays.
Wow.
There's so many available, easily doable online.
Right.
All the free moments, huh?
Right.
I know, but I started like when I was 18, so it's been almost 20 years.
Wow.
So, के हुन्छ भन्दा experience, जस्तो तिमी छौ नि experience media को field मा.
Right.
So if somebody wants to start, right? तिमी जतिको राम्रो हुन experience चाहिन्छ नि त.
True.
Right?
True.
How do you become so good भन्दाखेरि के हुन्छ, oh, this doesn't look good. तिमी आउने बित्तिकै you were like, oh, त्यो light मिलेको छ कि. I just sit here. I don't even, I don't do what you would do normally.
Right.
So it's experience. You deal with a lot of people. By now I have, I think, helped more than 1,000, like thousands of people, all over the world.
Gut issues कसैको solve हुनु is like मेरो लागि चाहिँ it's like a boon. It's a miracle happen because I can tell you I've struggled with it so much and I've never talked about it because again I don't really like talking about my struggles because I have like vulnerability issues. But yeah. So we were talking about
So that's why you're here. We are here to actually help people.
Yeah.
Right? तिम्रो यो कुरा सुनेर most probably people are going to buy that tablet. And
please
people
get it.
Are going to resolve that.
Because you know what? My friend, को मामु, मेरो मामुलाई यस्तो भइरहेछ नि I'm like, huh? Okay, you know what? You do this. I'm getting the tablets for you. I'm like over enthusiastic to help her. She's like,
good.
Yeah, she's like, uta help Lina. Because she doesn't really believe in it. Mata, haina mo help garerai chhadchu. Yes, mata, I have to help her, and she's like not that interested.
You have been through
pain.
Something.
And
yes.
Every time I meet her, I ask her, "How is mom?" And every time she says, "Mamu is fine now. She's never been better." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I told you that works." So I mean, they should firstly come to you. For sure. And then
if they want to try the HCL, if that really works, good. It's good.
You cannot have it if you have peptic ulcer.
There you go. So
yeah.
That's why I was it's not just one thing. Okay? So you need to be very careful about supplements.
You're talking about mind patterns.
So patterns भनेको खानेकुराको pattern हुन्छ, sleeping pattern हुन्छ, कसैको so patterns भनेको it's not just about the mind, it's your lifestyle.
Right.
So lifestyle भनेपछि खानेकुरा obviously आउँछ, सुत्ने तरिका, सोच्ने तरिका, emotional, everything. So that's why it's a holistic approach, right? So say for instance you told me that you're sleeping 12 o'clock राति.
11-12 बजे.
11-12 बजे. So that will be a big no-no.
Okay.
So if you want to actually perform at your peak, you have to, you must.
Okay. Sleep.
Try to sleep, okay, by 10 o'clock.
I don't have a life. 10 o'clock. I'm going to miss out on so much because...
So the FOMO, okay?
I
know. So this is what happens.
10 बजेपछि खासै So I can sleep. Yeah. Okay.
So if you really want to stay active young,
Yeah.
म के भन्छु भन्दाखेरि तिमी अहिलेको मात्र नसोच नेक्स्ट 40 50 60 years तिमी कसरी बिताउँछौ तिमी 80 90 हुँदा do you still want to feel really good in your body or are you going to be like oh my god my aches and joints and oh
I hate when
is such a
people
strong
होइन म त त्यो
word.
I cannot I mean like कसैले अब we're working out अनि म सँगसँगै मान्छेले वर्कआउट गर्न सकेर म कस्तो इरिटेसन हुन्छ लाइक घुँडा दुख्यो ढाड दुख्यो लाइक how old are you like 75
75 हुनै पर्दैन
त्यही त अनि मलाई त्यो एकदम if I'm uncomfortable in my body that is the most frustrating thing I cannot
So
okay I'm going to
if
sleep
you
at 10 I'm
are
gonna sleep at
going
10.
to start sleeping at
Yeah.
10 के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि तिम्रो repair and regeneration
right
राम्रोसँग हुन्छ
Okay.
So if the repair and regeneration is happening properly
Right.
तिम्रो aging slows down
Right.
aging भनेकै तिम्रो repair नहुनु हो नि त
True, true.
slow हुँदै जान्छ
True, true. No, I understand this. I mean, I look at a lot of like brain functionality researches. I love like neuroscience.
yeah neuroplasticity
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know the effect the circadian rhythm or the exposure to light can
There
have
you
in your
go.
body.
Yes.
But it's just like 10 bajne bittikai, my dopamine is like, woo, hello there. So 12 bajesamma ta ma mero I'm in my best form कि अनि I did try to deal with this like 10 बजे सुत्नको लागि मैले मेरो dopamine receptorsलाई trigger गर्ने कुराहरूलाई छेउमा राख्नु पर्यो जस्तै 10
तिम्रो
बजे
phone.
my phones and my brain too because 10
Yeah.
बजे I'm like wow maybe I should like paint that wall into like this color that doesn't exist
So
you know.
most probably you have certain other issues that you're not dealing with.
Maybe.
That's what happens with most workaholic
Right.
people, so-called
Right.
workaholic, or who are thinking a lot.
You know-
they've not dealt with certain emotion,
Maybe.
which I feel you
Maybe,
know that.
maybe. I
right?
know, I know.
So until and unless you are not taking care of you,
Right.
you can't take care of your projects.
True,
So whenever
true,
people come to
true.
me, I always tell them, what's the most important project in your life?
Right.
You are
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
important project, right?
Yeah.
So you भन्ने बित्तिकै तिम्रो physical body पनि आउँछ, emotional body पनि
Right.
आउँछ, mental body पनि आउँछ, right?
Right.
So if you're just going to ignore something,
Oh, I agree. I agree.
now you're like, oh yes.
I was like, I said I think 3 days back, I was just like, you know how intrusive thoughts are, ni? They're really funny. Ki? Like, like, don't share it with anyone, Oshin. So I texted my friend, listen, I am feeling, so like at Friday थियो होला अनि 1 बजिरहेको थियो एकदम प्रोडक्टिभ फिल भयो कि अब कहिले भोलि हुन्छ कहिले उठेर काम गरौँ भोलि स्याटरडे हो भोलि जिम पनि छैन छुक 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 भइसक्यो अनि इमोसन्स त मलाई डिल गर्नै मन छैन
That's the thing. That's why. So to ignore something, you have to keep yourself busy. So the emotions भनेको चाहिँ नि,
right हो
those can actually give you more energy
true
and can help you become the best version this Oshin can ever be
Hi.
if you actually deal with them. त्यसलाई neglect गर्ने बित्तिकै later a lot of people पछि लाइफमा गएर
तर
चाहिँ
खासै के इमोसन्स त छैन जस्तो लाग्छ
So what are you trying to run away from?
I don't know, but there is something that I'm trying to run away from. I don't know what it is, but there is something जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई किनभने there's something I'm ignoring. त्यति मलाई थाहा छ कि
थाहा छैन. Okay, let me ask you a few things then. तिम्रै सेसनले आस्दै भयो ल है अब त यहाँ मान्छेलाई बोलाएर सेसन लिनु पर्ला जस्तो छ. Whoever is brave enough.
Yeah.
So, okay, have you ever felt like you're not good enough?
अहिले चाहिँ I think because my dopamine receptors have been releasing a very good amount of dopamine due to the workout that I'm going to every morning. So
Feel-good
I
hormones.
because of the feel good hormones, I am in a very good place, Manamna.
You're in a
So,
good
right,
place,
yeah,
होइन?
yeah.
तर तिमीले के गरी, like you were saying, emotions चाहिँ छैन.
Emotions छैन भन्नाले छ नभएको त होइन तर म चाहिँ I think I have vulnerability issues.
You can't show that people that you are weak or you are...
त्यो भन्दा पनि there are people who I am very vulnerable to. तर for example कोही आएर मसँग extremely vulnerable भयो भने पनि
you'll run away from them.
I'm going to get turned off. I'm not going to run away. I have friends who I have been friends forever with. But let's say I'm dating somebody and if the person cries in front of me, I'm like, bye. I cannot.
Those are attachment issues.
Oh my God.
Attachment.
Oh my God. Can you not diagnose?
So there are different attachment styles.
Right.
Secure attachments.
Right.
Can we say dismissive, avoidant body?
I think so. I think
Okay.
so. But I've already like आफूलाई diagnose गरिसकेँ.
Right. So if somebody is dismissive, okay. Dismissive attachment निकाल्दियो अनि उसको ठ्याक्कै personality आउँछ, okay? So you'll always try to keep yourself busy.
Yes.
Sort of, so that you
Right.
don't have to deal with other people's emotions. पनि हो एउटा.
Yeah.
आफ्नो त भइहाल्यो, तिमीले आफ्नोसँग deal गर्दैन.
Yeah, but अहिले चाहिँ I think I've come a long way. I mean, this 24, right?
Dismissive attachment.
2023 मा चाहिँ there hasn't been a year I have known myself better के खासमा. So 2023 मा चाहिँ I found what kind of a person I am. ल म चाहिँ I'm a type A person भनेर थाहा पाएँ कि मैले. मलाई चाहिँ अब प्रब्लममै खोज्नु पर्ने,
resolve गर्ने
पर्ने resolve solution त म खोजेर छाड्छु.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Is that you?
I think so. Like sometimes I'm that and sometimes I'm not. Like I'm
So you can actually change your attachment, okay?
right.
Secure attachment.
Secure त अब ये तो दूर की बात है जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई. I don't think so. But
It's very-
this let me ask you a question. So you know, I was just kind of you know, talking to a friend and we were talking about people having childhood issues, होइन?
Traumas or issues.
or how your you know, initial kind of attachment styles develop. So luckily I have had the most beautiful childhood, okay? Ani, I have had friends who haven't had the most amazing childhood experiences and yo 2023 मा मैले यति धेरै कुराहरूसँग एकदमै नजिक भएर चाहिँ trigger हुने मौका पाएँ कि it was just so good. So
Yeah.
for example, like you meet a friend who has not had a wonderful childhood. They're way different than people who have the best kind of a childhood. But it doesn't mean कि if you have a great childhood, doesn't mean that you don't have a kind of pattern that might not be the best for you. चाहिँ नहुने रहेछ कि.
Yeah.
For example, because मेरो childhood कस्तो थियो भने मामु, a typical mom, a homemaker who loves me, a father who works and who is the provider of the family, very, very loving. So I would really like, you know, like love spending time with my parents. I'll tell you like how I kind of figured this out also. अनि म चाहिँ कस्तो भएछु भने मेरो tolerance towards मलाई कुरा ठ्याक्कै हुनुपर्छ कि अब त्यो अलिकति यताउता भयो भने इरिटेट हुन्छु. आइएम भेरी रिजिड. लाइक क्यामरामा लाइक काम गर्दाखेरि पनि क्यामराको ब्याट्री कसै ल्याउनु बिर्स्यो भने पनि आइम लाइक अब ब्याट्री बिर्स्यो अब सबै कुरा राम्रो हुन्छ. आइम जस्ट द्याट काइन्ड अफ पर्सन हु इज लाइक
bossy.
या अलिकति रिजिड छु म त्यस्तो कुरामा. सो आई काइन्ड अफ फिगर्ड आउट इलेक्सन्स चलिरहेको थियो अनि मामुहरू त घरमा नहुने बिकज माई मम इज पोलिटिकली एक्टिभ कि. अनि अब त म पनि अफिस गएर घर फर्किरहेको छु. मलाई मामुसँग म आउँछु बोल्छु वी हेभ आवर ओन स्विट टाइम. त त्यति बेला चाहिँ मलाई कस्तो भयो भने मलाई एकदम इरिटेसन भइरहेको थियो कि लाइक मामु किन टाइम नदिएर होला मलाई. अनि भित्रभित्र गिल्ट पनि के भइरहेको थियो भने अब सी हेज हर ओन वर्क. लाइक if you go to work and come back, you cannot have her as your backup plan. You come home and she has to be there for you. अनि कस्तो रहेछ भने त्यो मलाई सेफ स्पेस चाहिरहने रहेछ कि.
So that is also attachment.
Yeah.
The same thing. Dismissive attached go.
Yeah.
That is one of the personality
and
characters.
I did figure that out. And then मैले realize गरेको म हलिडेजहरू जाँदाखेरि पनि साथीहरूसँग गएँ भने चाहिँ I would have the best time. म एक्लै गएँ भने I would have the best time. तर when I'm with my parents in the back seat of the car, I'm the most happiest person because I'm with my safe space रहेछ कि. So I figured that out and I was like, shit, ma ta yo manche rechu la. And it's the kind of like reflections I had about the kind of person that I am. And I'm also a person with very little empathy. I have very little empathy, and that does good as well as really bad to me as well. For example, you come up with a problem to me. I will solve it for you with action, but I am not going to cry with you, or your tears are of no value to me. ल अब रोइरहेछ अब एकछिन त उसलाई कम्फर्ट त गर्नै पर्यो भनेर
But I just want to solve her problem so that she's not going to cry.
I think I'm just going to solve a problem. तर एकछिनमा सुनिदिन्छु because, like my friends complain that I'm not a very good listener when I have to listen to them. So very intrusive thoughts ले चाहिँ अब कहाँ हेरौँ के गरौँ यता हेर यस्तो गरेर should I relate to them or should I act like I'm related? Because मलाई त केही रिलेसनै छैन उनीहरूले भन्दा. I just want to solve their issue. And I'm that friend who is going to bring in all the action to solve it. I don't know if that is like, I had to work a lot to kind of, feel what people were feeling. I had to अलिकति अलि अझै ओपन हुनु परेको थियो कि मलाई. So अब
You had
मलाई
to work on your emotional intelligence.
Yes. अनि अब I cannot just go to a random person and tell me ममा त empathy नै छैन नि. I'm gonna
त्यो empathy नभएको होइन तिम्रो empathy भएर न तिमीले solve गर्न खोजिरहेछौ.
तर त्यो उ छैन कि कस्तो भने अब if somebody is really feeling something and I'm feeling this way, I'm like,
You don't have to feel like that
Yeah.
person, but you're trying to solve that person's issue, right? So it comes out from empathy. Okay?
yeah, but,
So if you didn't care, then you would not even think about solving the problem, if you think of it.
yeah, but I solve the problem because I think it's a responsibility or मेरो duty हो त्यो solve गर्ने. It comes from your perspective, with your intention.
Sense of duty.
Yes, sense of. So मेरो साथी हो, I love this person. Now I'm going to have to solve this for
Love
this
के हो
person.
त?
So अब त्यो
Love के हो त? Empathy होइन त?
It's a choice. Like I want to love this person. I choose to love this person. Like it's like a duty for me. Like that's how I would define it. Because like मेरो sisterले मलाई phone गर्यो दिदी मेरो त यस्तो चाहिँ टेन्सन पर्यो यस्तो भयो भनेर भन्यो नि okay उसको यस्तो भयो and these are the things I can do to fix their problems because I have to do it because it's my sister and it's my duty.
So okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
तिम्रो लाइफमा तिम्रो siblingsहरू छ कि छैन?
So I have a younger sister.
Sister, होइन?
Yeah.
Do you have younger मतलब brother or masculine and को छ तिम्रो? Except for your dad.
I have a sister. I have a mamu. I have mamu. I have a sister. I have me. Yeah. So I think you figured a hint of like the masculine.
The masculine is very much there.
Yeah.
We have both the feminine and the masculine.
Yes. I agree.
So most probably that's why you are like out there all the time.
Right.
Trying to resolve any sort of issue.
Right.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
And you can be vulnerable. You're in a safe space.
Okay. This is like a free therapy session, everybody. Yes.
Did you always feel like you had to protect?
I always felt like I had to protect.
I know.
Yeah.
So you always felt like my family, my mom,
Yeah.
dad, they're my responsibility. Somehow you felt like you know my jethi chori?
Yeah.
I have to take care of them.
Not always, but I'll tell you how I used to be as a kid. So I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, meaning एकदमै competitive के nature मेरो.
So that's also again very masculine.
Yes, so कस्तो थियो भने एकदम provider mentality छ कि मेरो. अब म क्लास 1 मा पढ्छु. My sister go lower KG मा छ कि मेरो बहिनी. अनि क्लास 1 को बच्चाले लोवर केजीलाई जहिले स्कुल पुऱ्याएर मेरो मामले यत्रो टाई बनाइदिने अनि मेरो टाई चाहिँ लामो हुने कि बहिनीले रोएर तारेर नजाऊ भन्यो. अनि त्यसपछि अनि सो मैले टाई बनाउनु पनि सिक्नु पऱ्यो कि क्लास 1 मा बिकज मेरो बहिनीले मेरो टाई यहाँसम्म तानिदिन्थ्यो. सो आई वुड लाइक मेक मेरो बहिनीको पनि टाई मेरो पनि टाई एन्ड देन आई वुड गो टु स्कुल. अनि म अझै कस्तो हुने भने क्लास मोनिटर. I'm like,
now I see you, Oshin.
I know, and I'll tell you, I'm so petty sometimes. So, mother, but class monitor. सबैजना डराउँछ मसँग. My friends त बनाउनु नै मन छैन. I'm just me. I'm good. Like I'm there. अनि जिममा बिहानै 7:30 I start competing. Petty competition कि अब CrossFit. अनि अब 20 पुसअप्स गर्नु त मलाई फर्स्ट हुन्छ त्यहाँ जिममा नि फर्स्ट हुन्छ गरिरहेको छु अनि छेउको मान्छेले भन्दा छिटो पुसअप सकायो भने चाहिँ how did this person do push-ups before me जस्तो feel हो नि
So what did I ask you Agina? First question के थियो मेरो? Do you feel like you're not good enough? Didn't I ask you that? And you said, no, I don't feel that anymore.
Maybe, I don't know.
So you have to prove yourself all the time.
Prove myself.
Exactly, prove yourself.
Right.
You know, all this outside noise.
Maybe.
It's what we actually say to ourselves most of the time. त्यसले गर्दा त तिम्रो actionsहरु हुने हो नि त.
So
that's why you're constantly trying to prove yourself. राति पनि नसुतेर. I am good. I can do it. I am good. I can wake up. I can be productive.
Right.
So now, if you really want to be that amazing Oshin that you are and that you know that you want to be, what do you need to do for Oshin?
I'll tell you, I know.
Tell me.
I know. So, what happens is, if I'm in a constant overwhelm, एउटा पोइन्टमा गएपछि चाहिँ एकदमै heavy हुन्छ कि कहिलेकाहीँ. So for me to get it off, I need to process everything that I have done. Like अब past 1 month मा मैले यो काम गरेँ and it did really well. मैले आफूलाई applaud गर्ने chance पनि पाएको छैन. Something went wrong. मैले आफूलाई something went wrong, you have to move on भन्ने chance पनि पाएको छैन. So if I sit and journal and if I process everything, the good, the bad, the okay, the normal that happened, and if I meditate, I just become this ultra feminine non-provider, this girl who wants to sit home and just wear her face mask kind of a person. So I think that's like, it happens when about once in 3 months, you know. So
you already know you don't have to wait for 3 months.
Yeah,
right?
I can do that every day. I know.
So you need to actually love and accept yourself every single day so that you see that you are.
You have no clue how uncomfortable I am right now to be so vulnerable. I'm like, okay, like, can we not talk about this anymore? So, no.
But this
comic,
is
just comic. But I'm really uncomfortable. Just stop asking me these questions.
So when you can actually say, you know what, Oshin, you don't have to win that push-up.
Right. No, but I do tell myself, Oshin, you're not this person. You're bigger than this. But
bigger than this manda pani ke tha cha? Timi hare pani, if you say, you know what, unconditional love for me.
Yeah.
I love me.
I love me, which I do tell myself.
Okay, I love me even if I lose.
Okay, I can't say that. I can't say that.
Say it.
Yeah, okay, I love me even if I lose. Yeah, said it, done.
Baina, see, you just said it because...
I can't say it. I know, why?
Because there is condition. Who set those conditions?
Right.
Who did?
Me.
No, I'm sure there was someone else.
I don't know.
बच्चा बेलामा कसैले केही भनेको थियो ओशिन पढ है राम्रोसँग तिमी ज्ञानी छोरी तिमी यस्तो गरेपछि त यस्तोमै ज्ञानी हुन्छ.
Yes, I think it was Mamu who put out the very extroverted, competitive Oshin, because म जहिले first हुने and second boy भन्दा I'm gone. Mamuले second भएको, it would be like that. So I think it comes a lot from there as well. That I wouldn't take it entirely negative pani.
Right? So it's how you mold yourself with all the experience that you get in life.
Right, true.
Right? So that made you this amazing Oshin. That is the senior executive officer, producer, who's running her own business.
Thank you.
Right? That is there.
I agree.
But this Oshin has a bigger project that is Oshin, the project.
Yes.
Project Oshin.
I agree. And you know, sometimes ani मेरो चाहिँ coping mechanism चाहिँ के भने make everything funny. You know,
I can see that.
I know. I just try to bury everything with like humor. You know, like that's like a coping mechanism. Ani
धेरै जनाको हुन्छ नि, people who laugh a lot are the ones who are actually very sad.
Yes, but I laugh average, but no, yes, okay, can we like not talk about this? So you know, like gym mata me to me conversations are like the most hilarious conversations. It's like my inner child goes to the gym. I don't go to the gym. So
you love it. You love jumping around.
I love it. So I go to the gym and I'm telling myself, Oshin, no, you're not going to compete today. So you know what I went to the coach and said? I'm like, Coach, उसले चाहिँ 12 वटा मात्र push up गराछ जब मैले चाहिँ 15 वटा गरेको छु. I'm like, what am I saying? Like,
You're cute.
I know. Like, I'm like, no, don't say it. Ani यताउता हेर्ने पनि के if anybody heard of it. Inner child goes to the gym. I'm like, shit, what am I doing? So you need
to accept that, Oshi.
I know, I should.
You need to love even with that, all the flaws that you have, right? That makes you human. Aajkal ke basta cha hamro influencers and all this one that we were talking about it before we went on air.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that they need to be perfect. They need to look perfect, do things perfectly. मलाई कतिजना बा तपाईको त कस्तो होला है पुरा strict to this. I'm like, no, तिमीले पनि सोधे नि शिवरात्रिमा के चाहिँ दिन्छु ritual.
Yeah.
Whatever I feel is required for me to do at that moment in time,
right,
I do it. Right? I don't have like a strict म यही नै गर्छु भन्ने हो. There are certain things like I don't eat meat. I will never do that.
Are you
ever.
a vegetarian? You are a vegetarian, right?
I'm plant-based since last 25 years.
Okay.
So there are certain things that I'll never do. I know. तर मैले if by chance, if I mistakenly मैले मासु खाएर केही चीजमा आएर, am I going to hate myself for that? No. Then why do you do that to yourself?
I don't hate myself. No,
but I mean,
just
you'll be like so.
I think it's not hating, but I just
you'll judge yourself for doing something.
I wouldn't judge, but I would like completely disconnect with myself.
Okay.
So I would disconnect. I would like if I don't, if I don't do the most rightest thing that's something that's good for me, I just don't look at that person. I'm like,
now let me ask you one thing.
Yeah.
When you were a little girl, were you told that your mom, your dad, someone close to you,
really?
Did they ever say this is not, you won't get my love and attention? Did they ever do that?
So, so me and my sister, we were having this conversation, okay? And मेरो बहिनीले चाहिँ के भनेको थियो भने दिजु हजुरलाई थाहा छ so there is nothing such as the perfect parent, right?
Of course, Saina.
Because like the kind of mother my mom was to me, she actually inspires me to become a woman who doesn't want to work when I have a child. I don't want to be a working mother. I want to give my 100% to my child because my mother has given her 200% to me, because that is why I would my school my first hunte. मेरो hair जहिले पनि neat and tidy हुन्थ्यो. मेरो skirt को creases are sharp हुन्थ्यो. My mom was there every time. मेरो हरेक school functions. My parents were very present parents. But having said that, it does not mean they did everything right. तर त्यो rightly reflect नभएको हुन सक्छ कि कहिलेकाहीँ. So me and my sister were kind of having this conversation, and she was like, दिजु हजुरलाई थाहा छ हामीहरू सानोमा एकदमै रिसाएर बस्यो भने मामले हामीले कहिले पनि फकाइसिन्नु थियो कि. So mom would अब यो गराएछ भने म बोल्दै बोल्दिनँ.
There you go. That's what I was asking. I
cracked the code. Actually, I did crack the code.
That's exactly what I was asking.
So नबोल्ने अनि नबोलेपछि uncomfortable हुने कि अहिले पनि if I fight with a friend and the friend if she does not speak to me, मलाई त अब कहिले बोल्ने होला अब यस्तै हो आज झगडा बोली. I'm just so I cannot handle dispute. Like I have to mend things really quickly. And मेरो चाहिँ कस्तो एउटा प्याटर्न बसिसकेको रहेछ भने it's like a psychological pattern कस्तो बसिसकेको रहेछ भने अब मामुसँग आज मेरो घरमा कुरा मिलेन अरे. अब मैले मामुलाई केही भनिदिएँ. अब I get out of my house, I'm like, I'm so guilty. I shouldn't have said that. I leave home अनि म घर आएर त आज राम्रोसँग बोल्छु भन्ने हुन्छ. तर you know the ego body, it's like here, okay? I'm just telling Mamu ke garera Oshin cha matra yahasamma aisakyo जस्तो मुखबाट मलाई त कसैको मुख पनि हेर्न मन छैन घरमा. Like, what am I talking? Like, Oshin, say something nice. And the other thing is khana. But I'm like, somebody give me food हुने कि त्यो.
So let's go back to one. Sorry.
I know.
So remember, you said I disconnect from myself if I am not doing the right thing.
Right.
है तिमीले अघि त्यो भनेको थियौ.
Right.
And your mamu did the same when you were a child. She would disconnect. She would not talk to you. That's disconnection.
Yeah.
So we actually learn everything from our parents as we are growing up.
Right.
But you can change that and relearn things. So if something is not serving you,
Right.
when you see that,
Right.
you can say, all right, this is not serving me. If I'm disconnecting from me, if I'm not being there for myself, who's there for myself?
Oh.
Right? So because you said, I disconnect from me if I'm not being a certain way.
Yeah, that I do. But नराम्रो आफूलाई कहिले पनि भन्दिनँ. I think because I'm like, I've never done that.
I know, not, I'm not, but if you don't do something that you think you should do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't even want to see that person. I don't even want to see that face.
Yeah, like, I just disconnect. I just like,
So now, if you look at yourself and say, I am the most important person and I can't disconnect from myself.
Yeah. Okay, do I have to say it?
Yeah, actually feel it and say, I love me and I cannot, or I have to connect with me because I am me. How can I not take care of me?
I know, that's beautiful. This is like, मलाई यो कुरा सुन्न पनि uncomfortable भइरहेछ कि. So I'm so glad at least I'm vocal about places where I'm uncomfortable. But yeah, I need to do that. I'm just so uncomfortable right now.
Okay,
like,
let's do one thing. Whoever is listening to us, whoever is here with us, Oshin ko jani bela pani hunla acha la.
So
but
really?
no. But what we'll do is we'll do something together. Whoever is watching us, listening to us, let's all do this together. Now what I want you to do is close your eyes.
Okay, done.
Put your hands or put just एउटा हात on your heart.
Okay.
On your heart, and take a deep breath in and release. One more. Fill yourself up and release. Good. Now what I want you to do is give yourself that love and appreciation. Just feel the love inside of you. हातबाट राम्रो warm light goggles to feel गर्दा पनि हुन्छ. Or just take a deep breath in and fill yourself up with love. And feel it in each and every cell of your body. Feel that love vibrating. Ekota Selma. Feel that love. And give yourself that love that you deserve. Unconditional love. Manmani bhanyunza, I'm giving myself the unconditional love that I deserve. I'm giving myself the love that I deserve. I love and accept myself. Now you can take your hands away from your heart. Slowly take your time and slowly open your eyes.
It's like a meditation class. What
now
a loss.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I mean,
did you feel the love?
Little bit.
So just like you learned how to do the burpees and the push-ups.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Right.
So you need to start practicing this.
Right. I really needed to actually sit down with you on the table because I did say how I'm looking at the entire functionality of of the mind is like soul ta मैले भ्याक्कै छैन के छुन अहिले side ma छ कि it's the
तिमी सोले हो नि तिमीले कसरी छुन
I know भन्नाले the meditation or like to be still, and I did practice a lot of somatic meditations to increase focus. It has nothing to do with the other things, but if I increase the focus मेरो work ma अझै productive हुन सक्छु भनेर and I did practice that. तर so I actually really follow this. He's a psychotherapist. His name is Daniel Amin. Have you heard of him? No, he's just the most wonderful.
Dr. Amin.
Yes.
The
he's a psychotherapist and he actually has done a lot of brain scans.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dr. Amin.
Yes, so he actually talks about the brain activities and how, our brain is not the mind, the mind is not the brain, and for the mind to be in a very good space, your brain has to be in a very good space. It has to have a lot of activities done right. So he talks about the circadian rhythm. He talks about, like good exercise. He talks about the dopamine release and what sort of things actually release the dopamine, right? And what sort of things.
That's Daniel.
Yes.
Dr. Amin, yeah.
So what sort of, things release dopamine, but it's very short-lived. Like phone le dopamine release gardincha, ani things like like a murder thriller movie le release gardincha,
adrenal rush,
porn.
yeah.
So things like that, and something that releases dopamine so that it can stay for a longer period of time. And these things are meditation. These things are exercises. These things are
feeling grateful.
Yes, feeling grateful is one of them. So I'm really, really focusing on the book right things. So I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to get at least 8 hours of sleep. Like 8 7 to 8 hours books मलाई. अनि मेरो cycleको बेलामा चाहिँ I try to sleep for 8 to 9 hours because that's what pretty much works for me. अनि एउटा कुरामा चाहिँ कहाँ हुन्छ नि जिम सकाएर घरमा आएर मेडिटेसन गर्न पाए हुन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्छ because I know that I will be very like baggage free once, like त्यो सानसानो कुराको त्यो के accumulation भइरहेको चाहिँ अलि open up हुन्छ.
So you know what you can do? तिमी बिहान उठ्छौ नि.
Right.
उठ्ने बित्तिकै just do what you just did as soon as you wake up.
What I did with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So आँखा खुल्नु अगाडि पनि you just feel grateful. Fill yourself up with love.
I have to wake a little bit early. Yeah,
That's
maybe
just
I could do that.
a minute, 2 minutes. We didn't take even a minute.
Oh, and I think I did try doing. Realized, like I said, again, I didn't really complete the whole thing. I really need to process things, right? Again, my self processing is my journal. Oh my God! So I need to really sit down and force myself. And once I journal, I'm like, okay, it's like a blockage opening. I process this and that, and अहिले चाहिँ मलाई कस्तो लागिरहेछ भने कुनै कुरा भयो भने पहिला चाहिँ I would run away from it. For 2023 मा I have worked really hard on myself.
Yeah.
त्यो गर्दा गर्दै पनि मैले कति कुरा भ्याएन होला कति गर्नलाई नभ्याएको भने प्रायोरिटाइज नगरे हो भनौँ न. सो के कुराले मलाई चित्त दुखाइरहेछ भने I try to sit and I cry about it. So अब आँसु नै आएन भने जबरजस्ती रुने कि like हुन्छ नि like give me a sad song or like like I need to release that. एकचोटि रुन थालेपछि then you can like flow with the emotions and so recently my dog passed away.
Oh.
अनि मेरो लागि फर्स्ट डेथ एक्सपिरियन्स थियो कि मैले कहिले डेथ भन्ने कुरा एक्सपिरियन्स चाहिँ गराएको थिएन. अनि त्यसपछि उसलाई सन्चो थिएन. अनि मामु गट मी अप अनि मामुले मलाई उठाइस्यो अनि नानो पुमा गयो भनेर भन्छु अनि आई गट अप. म डिस्कनेक्टेडै थिएँ कि बट देन आई वाज लाइक इफ आई डोन्ट प्रोसेस दिस राइट नाउ I will mix everything up. So I got up, I sat next to Pumba for an hour. अब मैले त्यो प्रोसेसै गर्न सकिरहेको छैन कि at the very beginning, but I know it for myself that if I don't process this right now, यो mixed bag हुन्छ पछि भनेर. So I sat there, बिस्तारै बिस्तारै हिट भयो कि मलाई when I saw Pumba there and he was not breathing. म त 1 घन्टा बसेँ उसँग. अनि I cried for many days, many days. But having said that, that side is there, but the other side is me like, okay,
time to move on.
Time to move. Like, no, but go to the gym. I know gym ma gaye, tara mero आँखाबाट non-stop आँसु आइरहेछ कि त्यो अब मैले रुन्छु भने पनि non-stop आइरहेछ तर I will do what I have told myself. I'm going to do it. I have to be consistent at this particular thing because I just cannot lose track. I'm office pani gairahछु, म काममा पनि gairahछु. I come home and I sit and I journal and I had my way of processing it. तर मलाई यो बाँकी राख्न मन थिएन कि यो processing चाहिँ मलाई बाँकी राख्न मन थिएन. I took a lot of days to do this and यो बिचमा after Puma passed away, you know what happened to me? I lost faith. It's like a very big thing, but I kind of lost faith. And later, I want to give it a word. So I decided, my faith lose gareko चाहिँ दिन्न. My faith is not so superficial. I'll just say that I had my first heartbreak, because त्यो पहिला puppy breakups हुँदो रहेछ, यो हुँदो रहेछ, त्यो हुँदो रहेछ, त्यो heartbreak होइन रहेछ कि यो रहेछ. This was like
the loss,
the grief, and intrusive thoughts कस्तो आउने भने Pumba is buried at home. हेरिदिउँ कि यहाँ पुम्बालाई हेरिदिन्छु मलाई यो सबै हटाइदिन्छु न. I really wanted answers to like where does a person go, like where's Pumba, like if there was a soul connection, like why did it never come across, like dream ma ke छैन, like where's the connection, like what is soul connection. Okay, maybe soul चाहिँ हुँदैन के पनि हुँदैन, okay everything this world जन्म जाऊ. अब म त I kind of like changed के अनि I realized, no, everything that I am, it's built out of faith. Because, like if I'm doing something, I'm 70% hard work garchu ki. There 30% is my belief that it will be done. And the belief came out of like this otherworldly faith. And त्यो जाने बित्तिकै my strength, I wasn't strong anymore. I was just this about what? Like, I have to get my faith back. I'm feeling like, okay, you keep in China and everything's not there, but and I really tried hard. I listened to a lot of gurus talk about like what happened to,
soul.
Yeah, so there's like a soft body and everything. So I tried to convince myself and I told myself, no, the word is not, I have not lost my faith. It just shokola. But I broke my heart. But then, like I did a lot of hard work to get it back. So I got my hands for the first time on Bhagavad Gita. So I went to the library. I'm like, I love solutions.
You're a detective.
I know. I'm like, answers. I'm like,
seekers, Bansani. That's why seekers are the ones who actually find things, Nita. So you're seeking.
I know. I was seeking.
Seek and
right.
you shall find.
Hi, and then I went to the library and I was like, Bhagavad Gita cha. Yeah, I've not started reading it. It's there, but I know that okay, अब मेरो कस्तो insecure भयो कि मेरो faith ल मैले अब secure गरेर I want to read it in the upcoming days because मैले सोचिरहेको थिएँ कि ला अब यसको आन्सर कसलाई सोध्ने, अब सन्ध्यालाई सोध्यो भने त उसलाई थाहै हुँदैन, उसलाई थाहा छैन. No, just like a friend example, a friend. So if I ask Sharon, she will not know because she doesn't have a pet. Sam like phone garchu and I call Sam because like Lucy, right? And then I call Sam and
No, Sam lost Kanchi.
No, but now she has Lucy, right?
Yeah.
So Sam lost Kanchi and then she relates a lot of things like when Kanchi passed away. So I'm like, Sam will relate to this. So I call Sam like, Sam, and Sam doesn't pick up. I'm like, Sam doesn't pick up. And then like after I got my face back and I was like, hey, I'm back, and Sam's like, sis, sorry, I missed your call. Ali, are you all right? I'm like, yes. So yeah, I don't know how I related to this, but yeah, I do try to keep all my physical activities right. And one of the most important things that I have written in a board, which is right in front of my bed, is that workout every day and there are so many things that I've written so that and I want to focus on myself and
what's
nothing
one
else.
of them?
So the other one is do not believe everything that your mind or your brain thinks because a lot of times it's not true. Just because like, hey, I think and I'm going to think this for you kind of a thought. And sometimes, like you just start thinking and you're just like, huh? You bunny? Like, what is this? Like, haina, you notice board ko garda, you're true haina. Okay, bye, kind of a feeling.
What else is up on your notice board?
Aru kura ke cha? So, like my everyday calendar, what I eat, what I
You even have a calendar for what you eat.
like what I eat, as in like so there is like exercise and food banaers. So if I like highlight the E means I've eaten clean, and if I highlight F it means I've like eaten right, and E the exercise. So I have that, and I have like a few things. So my notice board is like very secretive. So when I put that up into my room, so I'm like I love hosting people at home. I'm just this calm, like, you want this, take it. I love friends. I love people around. Like I am an extrovert that way, but I'm also an introvert in a lot of ways. So मैले notice board राख्दाखेरि चाहिँ I thought, so साथीहरू आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ म यो कहाँ राखौँ अर्को रुममा राख्यो भने साथी आउने बित्तिकै यत्रो ठुलो बोर्ड लिएर कहाँ कुद्दै हुन्छ नि त thoughts that I think it is so funny. So I was like, म कपडाले छोपिदिन्छु छ्या फेरि कपडाले छोप्यो भने एस्थेटिक देख्दैन मेरो साथीहरूले के टालो राखिरहेको भन्छ. So I think, so I thought like I think I make like a jute ko parda, which is just going to like flow. Like I have.
And you actually did that?
No, I have not, because the board ल्याइदै मेरो घरमा को पनि आएको छैन. अनि मलाई मेरो साथीहरू अस्ति मेरो एकजना साथी she gave me a surprise. So I was out and she's like, म तेरो घर आएको छु तँलाई स्न्याक्स लिएर आएर घर आएको छ स्न्याक्स. Don't get her in the room. Because I have written like funny things up on the board, like like it's hopeless, like the exercise wala garera exercise with the hair Oshin.
That's so cute. I think everybody should do this,
It's like hair.
See, you're not that disconnected.
Yeah, I have to like, so what I learn a lot of lessons, I forget about it. Okay? I'm like, no. So what is the point of learning all the lessons if I'm going to forget it? So all the lessons that I've learned, like everything, so example, Hiroshin, if you eat this, then what is the point of going to the gym? Huh? Question mark. It is embarrassing.
That is so sweet.
I know.
That's really cute. I think, a lot of us actually do that, but they're not brave enough.
To say it.
But
what's brave about it? Like, everyone does
Why
it,
were
right?
you hiding it?
The board?
Yeah.
No. The board I can't show. Because the board that is, not everything is meant to be shared. Like,
of course.
I want to keep things to myself.
Yeah.
And I've written down my goals, which is like, funny ola.
2024 goals?
Yeah, I've written my goals and I'm like, this is how I want to do it. And then, like I've written focus like 3 times in big capital letters. I'm like,
focus on what?
Like just focus. So I know, so multi-word देखिने बित्तिकै triggered भइहाल्छ. I will know exactly like, okay, मैले आफ्नो कुरामा ध्यान दिनुपर्छ. Sometimes, so I told you I'm like a type A personality. So there is this one point where everything becomes fine and I'm like, let's up. Now let's look for a problem. Okay, you are a problem in my life. I am going to fight with you. अनि म त त्यसपछि मेरो काममा problem हुन्छ, मेरो relationships मा problem हुन्छ. And the moment I'm like, no, focus. भन्ने बित्तिकै मलाई उनीहरूले के गरिरहेछ, के खाइरहेछ, के लाइरहेछ फरकै पर्दैन के. So I think
focus on the good.
Focus on me. So the
on
moment
you.
for me, like I think like त्यो मान्छेसँग झगडा गर्नुको साटो अथवा त्यो मान्छेसँग चित्त नबुझेको कुरा राख्न साटो. So many things to think about. Fold your clothes, Oshin. Like organize that. Like, like you don't like focus on yourself.
So if somebody's like you, whoever's listening to us right now,
yeah.
and they have similar personality like you, and they're struggling,
right?
Where do they start from? What do they do? What are the basic things that you would suggest?
So if you're struggling, the only way to get out of it is wanting to get out of it. Okay. You have to want to, because, if somebody is obese, I wouldn't like, for example, मैले relatively healthier बनाएँ, obese in terms of not healthy. मैले जतिसुकै हेर राम्रो खाऊ है, go to the gym है, यो गरे भने पनि उसले सुन्दैन until and unless that person wants to get up and do it.
Yeah.
So the first solution of solving whatever you have is wanting to solve it. And sometimes what happens is you procrastinate a lot on wanting to solve things. Okay, for example, I'm like, अहिले पानी खान मन लागिरहेछ तर I'm like, मलाई खानु मन छ, but then मलाई खानु मन छैन because म procrastinate गरिरहेको छु कि it's just an example. So कहिलेकाहीँ के हुन्छ भने म भोलि जान्छु, म पर्सि जान्छु. Sometimes you have to push yourself, and that is what is called pushing yourself. जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई. Get started and be consistent. And the kind of personality that I have, like you said, I'm not very kind to myself. In ways, kasto bhanila, for example, I have decided to eat healthy for the upcoming 30 days. So what I do is I eat healthy today, and tomorrow if I don't eat healthy, the me-to-me conversation I have with myself is like, so you told me that you are going to eat healthy, and today you didn't eat healthy. You know what we're going to tomorrow? We're going to do tomorrow? We're going to add 3 more cheesecakes, Oshin. Go for it. You know, like, so
how do you come out of it?
I've cracked it.
Okay, tell me.
So, you know, third day ma ta aba ma cheesecake pani khaira chu मेरो साथीहरुले मलाई यो खाएर चाहिँ दिमाग नखाना खा दे म खाइरहेछु. I'm just like, and then it's not my relationship. It's also my relationship with food.
Yeah.
But it's also like this. कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने मैले 1 दिन ट्र्याक लुज गरेँ भने म अर्को 3 दिन ट्र्याक लुज गर्दो रहेछु. So what I've told myself is, आज बिग्रियो, don't do it for 2 consecutive days. Don't do it. Don't do it tomorrow. You'll end up not doing it the 3rd day. So if you've taken up like a promise that you will do what you said you will do, you have to do it. Or else, how will you get the things, the bigger things in life done? Like I said, so when Pumba passed away, I had an excuse like, so मेरो लागि चाहिँ going to the gym is not 100% about losing weight. It's about the mental, so much more. It's about the mental battle of being consistent, you know. So Pumba is here. Pumba is sleeping. Pumba is not breathing. And Pumba when tail wag garas, and I am heartbroken. I'm like, ke garne la on this पछि यस्तो घडिएर so हैन जिम त जानु पर्छ. किनभने I have made a promise to myself to become consistent no matter what. Do it sad, do it angry, do it frustrated, do it normal, just do it. Like, आफूलाई गर्छु भनेको कुरा जब मान्छेले गर्दैन, then you will never develop kind of a confidence. जबसम्म त्यो results को dopamine ले hit गर्दैन नि, you're not going to get further motivated. Okay?
Yeah.
So I think for someone like me, I would suggest is get started. If you cannot get started, push yourself.
If someone push themselves, what do they do?
So don't look at this podcast, guys. Like, push yourself. Like, ke गर्ने भने I cannot drag you. I just
एकदमै गाह्रो भइरहेछ. I don't even have energy to do nothing भन्यो भने के भन्छ?
Then just do nothing, but at least mark a date. ल आज गर्दिन. I'm not feeling good. भोलि गर्दिन तर म पर्सि यो दिन चाहिँ गर्छु है. त्यो एउटा चाहिँ राख्नुपर्छ किनभने I'm a creative mind अनि कहिलेकाहीँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने आज म यो वर्कको लिस्ट बनाउँछु भनेर भन्यो भने होल डे म घरि सुत्दिन्छु घरि इन्स्टाग्राम स्क्रल गरिदिन्छु फर लाइक
15 मिनट्समा त्यस्तो गरिदिन्छ
हैन भन्नाले गर्दिन म कहिलेकाहीँ and that's when I try to be kind to myself saying that okay I cannot do something if I'm not really feeling like but if I have said that I'm going to do it day after tomorrow like day after tomorrow चाहिँ म गर्छु है फेरि अब हुन त गर्नुपर्ने आजै हो तर that's like if you are like ultra lazy like at least do it like day after tomorrow like that's what I would say. Yeah.
What if somebody wants to get into whatever you are doing like TV presenter, you know, all the stuff that you do?
So
okay. A lot of people would want to know.
So for a lot of people who are out putting themselves out there, मलाई कस्तो लाग्छ भने a lot of our work revolves around validation from other people. You need to have your foundation very strong. म त भन्छु get started, like a very minimal way of saying things is like get started, do it, you can do it. But you have to get your grounds very strong. Okay. Now, what happens is for a cashier in a bank, if you're counting cash, your validation is done by if your cash is done right or not. By your one person. Your work, you're a banker, and at home, you're an individual. If you're an entrepreneur, your business is business, you are a different person at home. But for somebody who is trying to get into content creation or like, you know, putting yourself out there, what happens is you are your business. Okay? So because just like a business owner is putting this glass out in the market for it to be consumed, you are putting yourself out in the market to be consumed. So what happens sometimes is, sometimes when your business, which is you, is not working out, you try to mix everything up and believe that you are not working out. So a lot of your work has to revolve around the world that is outside of the comment section of YouTube or wherever you're posting or wherever you're doing what you're doing. Arko kura chahi, get into doing things that do not require the outside validation. Just say, I do a lot of things. Maybe I'm an artist. I never tell people about it because there is something that I do not want validation. Because as मैले के काम गरेँ भने ल त्यो मासमा जान्छ नि त्यो मान्छेहरूले कति मेहनत गरिरहेको कुरा राम्रो छैन भनिदियो भने कि त्यो साँच्चीकै राम्रो छैन त त्यो राम्रो छ मान्छेले राम्रोसँग कन्ज्युम गरेन होला. So you have to really understand that validation is not the most important thing if you're really wanting to put yourself out there. Now, what happens with that is that maybe you start with like a podcast. You'll get 200 views and you'll be fine. You'll get 1,000 views and you'll be fine. You'll get 1,000,000 views and you'll be fine. And again, you'll get back to getting 200 views and you'll be fine because you know that
you're not doing it for something
you're
else.
not doing it for validation. But at the same time, you need to know what sells. This is a body, like a body in your head that you need to carry, like yesto pani huncha तर अर्को कुरा चाहिँ where is the world heading with, like social media or media? What kind of content is selling? What is my audience? त्यो चाहिँ राम्रोसँग research गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई. I think you have to be like a mixed bag of somebody who is like strong, like thunder, and somebody who is also like, no, I need to understand that sometimes this is a real world and not a real world. So, I think
Real world. Oh,
sorry.
Yeah. So what if somebody just wants to start like basic camera? This is like, this is
just
very
get
good.
started.
Just get started.
Just get started. That's it. Just get started. Like
whatever it is, don't look at the
Whatever.
comments, don't look at stuff.
just get started. And you
just
will
be
get,
you.
You will want to do it once you feel like you are doing it. So you have to start small. And everything is always about it's all about relativity. Okay? Kun level ma small. The kosko lai चाहिँ ठुलो मानिरा हो. You get it? So you just start. Like you are putting your 100% out there. Like 50% राख्दै पनि when you put a half full glass forward. And you'll do it. And you don't have to, sometimes, like, like त्यो mindमा जे छ त्यो thought true होइन के गरिदेऊ yeah, just do it.
किन जान्छ र?
किन जान्छ र? Just do it. केही सोच्न नि धेरै सोच्यो भने त कुरा बिग्रिहाल्छ नि. So yeah. तर आफूले गर्नुपर्छ भनेको काम चाहिँ यो दिन गर्छु भन्ने काम चाहिँ यो दिन गर्नै पर्छ.
अनि consistently
गर्नु पर्यो.
जस्तो तिमीले when you started doing emceeing or you started hosting your whatever, you know.
Yes.
एक दिन गयो भोलिदेखि गएन भने त काम छैन.
छैन, exactly.
So you were consistent and you have been consistent for the last 10 years.
Yeah. And then, the good part is that I'll say I have really evolved with the work that I do. I do. कस्तो भयो भने क्यामेरा मात्र अगाडि हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ कन्स्टेन्ट ओभरवेल्म अनि कन्स्टेन्ट भ्यालिडेसन खोजिरहँदो रहेछ कि दिमागले. कस्तो भयो भने मलाई चाहिँ नो आई हेभ टु लर्न वाट ह्यापन्स बिहाइन्ड द क्यामेरा. सो नाउ आई क्यान डिरेक्ट, आई क्यान प्रोड्युस, आई नो क्यामेरा स्किल्स, आई क्यान एडिट. सो लाइक एन्ड द्याट मलाई त्यसको लागि कन्सिस्टेन्सी चाहिएको थियो कि म कति सिक्छु
to learn something new, obviously,
all the time. You have to surround yourself with like-minded people. That is number one. That is, one of the number ones. That's not the number one.
Yeah,
because
but obviously you need to surround yourself with the right
people,
kind of people, and kind people.
And you have to also be the right and the kind person to the other person. That I'm blessed with family and friends. Like one of my friends, she's had a baby. She's climbed a peak and she's back. Like sutkiri mai
cool.
So she's the owner of Look Outdoors and her business is doing great.
We definitely want her on our podcast.
You should have her.
Yes.
You should have her. She's a working mom. Ani usko delivery date boli cha. She has like a mom, I mean, like, I don't know the word, like, you know, like...
She was pregnant.
She was pregnant, yeah. त्यो big pregnancy ko त्यो last day ma. Ani छेची मलाई यो सामान चाहियो. She was in the store. Ani मैले bend गर्नु हुँदैन त्यो टिप्थे भन्दै she was working. So that was उसको delivery date को हिजो पल्ट that was. And she had a baby. I'm like, कस्तो भयो experience? It was great, Oshin. It was great. That's it. ऊ त फेरि अर्को इमोसनली सर्ट पर्सन हो कि फेरि ऊ त सुत्केरी हुने बित्तिकै she left for I think she climbed like a 7,000ers or like a proper mountain peak. And then how was the experience? And she was like, it was good. Like, I'm a Sherpa, म यतिकै गरिहाल्छु तर राम्रै थियो त्यस्तो खासै केही भएन. I was like, अरू केही पनि भएन. And actually she just like let it out from her mouth. She's like, तर तँलाई थाहा छ पिक क्लाइम्ब गर्दा चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ. She's very एकदम आर्टिकुलेट छैन कि उसको वर्ड्सको. पिक क्लाइम्ब गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने once you cannot go forward, there's something in your mind that asks you to keep moving forward. I think that is beautiful. And I was like, यही कुरा सोध्न खोजेको थिएँ मैले अस्ति. She's like, त्यस्तै हो. So I have this friend, I have my other friend who has a hospitality school, and they're like on it, like every day.
We gotta get them on.
Yes, yes.
You're gonna bring a lot of people.
Yes. yes, definitely.
And
So-
I think I have a
and
feeling.
the other friend, I cannot like miss out. So I have like a few girlfriends. One is an engineer and she's like on it. My friend Sandhya is
Salt.
She is
that Salt?
Yes, Salt.
I love her.
She
and her
is
products.
you know kind of your energy चाहिँदो रहेछ कि लाइफमा. That girl who's like, babe, you can swallow fire, you can do it. And you're like, really? Like, yeah, okay, I did it. She's like, yay. You need that friend who's like as delulu as you are.
Yeah.
And with the power of delusions, you make things happen. Like,
Okay.
sorry. Yes. So basically time up, I think. Yeah.
All right. To wrap it up,
Yeah.
what's one word of wisdom, or what would you like this whole episode to be as a message? What would you like to give?
There's so much discomfort and vulnerability, I think. I've never been so uncomfortable in any podcast
Ila.
or conversations. Huni. Usually I'm the one who's making everybody uncomfortable. Ki mata as a हजुर, yes. Haina they're एकदम
Words of wisdom, Mondays.
So, you know, I think so you try to relate with this. You asked me to relate also with this podcast,
Yes.
right? So I think the word of wisdom is there's so much discomfort in vulnerability, but it's a very nice thing to get through. I mean, you know, like get in the discomfort, I would say. And
Be uncomfortable.
be uncomfortable and get to know yourself better, process better. So I think if you are a better person that way, you figure everything out for yourself. It will make you confident. Yeah.
Hi. Thank you so much for giving me your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I love talking to you, Prerana.
Me too. And I think you're going to come back again because we had such limited time,
Yes.
Adza. But next time, next
Yeah.
time, I want you to come back with 2 hours, solid 2 hours.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk more.
Done.
Hi,
Done. I really wanted to sit down with you. And obviously, like, I think I'm like I'm so rigid in front of the camera. So I'll talk to you like off camera. And maybe like I can
we'll
really like you can make me
Yes.
really uncomfortable. Discomfortable. It's really time. I think yes. I don't want to be discomfortable.
So we're going to come back to...
Wow. Mother, you know, like
You're the only one who's actually her.
It's good because I love gifts. के भएको?
You're the first person who's actually getting a gift.
Wow.
Right? Ani, but so this is from Luxury Yogi.
Why did you just give it to me? Why did you choose me? I feel good. Look.
Well, we were supposed to have it from the very first episode.
No,
but
you like me more than anyone else. Thank you. Okay, everybody, just so you know, I get a gift. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yay. Is this like a gut, something for the gut?
No, that's the tea.
Wow, thank you.
It's a herbal tea. And then
Can I see?
Yes, of course.
Ooh, I love this.
I just thought about you and
Is this something to like protect your energy?
that's love. So when I thought about you,
Thank you.
that's what came to my mind. So rose quartz, say,
Yes.
It's just love.
How do I
Pure love.
store this? I know, I've heard
You
about
wear
it.
it, or you can carry it with you. On full moon, I
I can re-energize it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Energize ka.
Yay! Thank you. It's tomorrow.
You can open it.
Oh, it's mine. Okay, guys, love. So beautiful. Thank you, Titsu. It means so much.
welcome.
Thank you. It's
And you can
lovely.
also do your affirmations on that.
हजुर.
Right? So take our
Hunsa.
time.
So maybe next time I can come when I have read the Gita and I'm more in tune with myself and just not my work.
Affirmation भनेपछि it can be anything.
Yeah. I just like put up the Gita also. So म affirm पनि गर्छु अनि म गीता पनि पढ्छु अनि म अझै like Oshin 2.0 Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, Ditsu.
Let's see you next time.
See you.
This show is brought to you by Vyasa Media Network.